OpenAI is the most valuable private company on Earth, but behind the scenes there is a massive hole in their bucket. Every time you ask ChatGPT a question, Sam Altman loses money. In fact, he's burning cash so fast that experts predict the company could be broke by 2027. How is it even possible that the world's smartest AI is actually a financial black hole? First, we saw how Starbucks became a bank. Then we saw how Japan became a global glitch. Today, we uncover the biggest financial illusion in Silicon Valley. But to understand why Sam Altman is literally burning billions of dollars just to answer your prompts, we have to look at his $700,000 a day habit. Every time you hit enter on a ChatGPT prompt, a coin leaves Sam Altman's pocket. Most of us think AI is just software living in some invisible cloud, but in reality, it is a physical machine that is always hungry. To give you a single answer, OpenAI has to wake up thousands of NVIDIA H100 chips across massive data centers. These chips are the most expensive silicon on the planet, and they have a massive cooling problem. They don't just need electricity, they need billions of gallons of water just to stay cool enough to function. In fact, researchers found that for every 20 to 50 questions you ask, ChatGPT drinks a 500 milliliter bottle of water. Experts estimate it costs roughly $700,000 every single day just to keep those machines running. Think about that for a second. Before a single employee is paid, before a single line of new code is even written, OpenAI is already down nearly $1 million by the time you're eating dinner. Now you might be thinking, they have millions of paid subscribers. Surely that $20 a month fee covers the cost. That is exactly where the math stops mathing. Even with record-breaking revenue, OpenAI is currently spending twice as much as it earns. It is like running a restaurant that spends $10 to make a premium burger, but sells it for $5 just to keep the seats full. By the way, I'm Karen, and on Ink and Interest, we make high finance simple. Let's continue. But if the math is this bad, why are the smartest investors on Wall Street still throwing billions of dollars into the pit? The answer is a mirage. For years, Silicon Valley lived by a single, unbreakable rule, the scaling law. It's a simple idea. If you give an AI twice the data and twice the computing power, it becomes twice as smart. It's like a ladder to the stars. Every $1 billion you throw at it helps you climb one step higher toward godlike intelligence. Investors weren't just buying a chatbot, they were buying the ladder. But in 2026, the ladder broke. The problem is that the internet is running out of high-quality data. AI has already read almost every book, every tweet, and every Reddit thread ever written. To keep climbing, Sam Altman needs more data. But the only data left is AI-generated junk. It's like a human trying to survive by eating their own shadow. It doesn't work. When AI starts learning from itself, the logic starts to rot. It leads to something terrifying called model collapse. Before I show you the secret glitch that is costing them billions, I want to ask you something. Do you think AI is actually getting smarter, or is it just getting better at faking it? Drop a comment below with real or fake. I'm curious to see what you guys think, because the experts are currently fighting over this exact question. Now, back to the money. Because the ladder is broken, OpenAI has to spend triple the money just to get a tiny improvement in ChatGPT's brain. We are reaching a point of diminishing returns, where the billions being spent are essentially buying ghost data. It's no longer a ladder. It's a treadmill. You're running faster and faster, spending billions more on NVIDIA chips just to stay in the exact same place. So, if the product isn't getting smarter and the costs are exploding, why is Sam Altman still smiling? The answer is a desperate pivot that changes OpenAI from a research lab into something much more aggressive. If you like high finance explained simply, hit that subscribe button and join the Ink and Interest community. OpenAI started with a promise to build AI for the benefit of humanity, not for profit. But when you're burning $700,000 a day, humanity doesn't pay the bills. Sam Altman is now facing a brutal reality. The venture capital money is drying up, and the broken ladder means the product isn't getting smarter fast enough to justify the cost. So what do you do when your product is too expensive to run? You stop being a research lab, and you start being a salesman. The pivot is already happening. We are seeing the birth of AI-driven advertising. Imagine asking ChatGPT for a travel recommendation, and the first 3 answers are sponsored by hotels that paid OpenAI to be there. It's no longer about the best answer, it's about the highest bidder. But there's a massive problem standing in Sam's way: Microsoft. Microsoft gave OpenAI billions of dollars, but they didn't do it out of the kindness of their hearts. They did it to own the technology. Now, Microsoft is putting Copilot into every Windows computer on Earth. They are essentially competing with their own partner. Why would you pay OpenAI $20 a month when Microsoft gives it to you for free with your laptop? This is the Gilded Cage. OpenAI is trapped. They are forced to show ads, sell your data, and turn their godlike AI into a digital billboard just to keep the servers from melting. But even with ads, the math still doesn't add up. There is one final glitch in the 2027 countdown that no one is talking about. How is it even possible that the world's most advanced tech company is actually a ghost ship waiting to sink? To see the iceberg, we have to look at the end game. All of this leads to one date that keeps Silicon Valley awake at night, 2027. Right now, OpenAI is living on borrowed time and borrowed billions. But the math of a $17 billion annual loss has a very clear expiration date. By 2027, the mountain of cash Sam Altman is standing on will be gone, and that's when the real glitch happens. If a company that owns all your private conversations, your business ideas, and your personal data goes bankrupt, who actually owns that data? When a tech giant sinks, it doesn't just disappear. It gets sold for parts. Your data becomes the most valuable scrap metal in history. It could be auctioned off to the highest bidder, hedge funds, rival governments, or even more aggressive ad networks. But there is a bigger iceberg ahead. The entire AI industry is built on a ghost ship logic. Everyone is betting that AI will eventually become so smart that it can print money. But as we saw with the broken ladder, that intelligence is hitting a wall. We are seeing the birth of a financial black hole. Microsoft, Google, and Meta are all in a cold war to see who can burn the most billions before the investors stop clapping. It's a game of musical chairs, and the music is starting to slow down. Sam Altman's smiling face is the only thing keeping the lights on. He isn't selling a product anymore. He is selling a dream. But as any investor on Wall Street will tell you, a dream that loses $700,000 a day is eventually called a nightmare. So was the world's smartest AI actually the world's most expensive mistake? The answer is hidden in the next glitch. So, what is the end game? Sam Altman is betting everything on one final move, a massive IPO. An IPO is when a private company finally opens its doors and sells stock to you, the everyday investor. It is the ultimate payday, but there is a catch. To get Wall Street to buy into a company losing billions, you need a magic trick. That trick is Sora. Sora is OpenAI's hyper-realistic video engine. It can turn a single sentence into a movie-quality scene in seconds. It is beautiful, it is terrifying, and most importantly, it is incredibly expensive to run. While Sora looks like the future of cinema, behind the scenes, it is burning through electricity and NVIDIA chips faster than anything we've ever seen. It's a double-edged sword. It proves that OpenAI is still the king of the mountain, but it also doubles the size of the money pit. Is an IPO the rescue ship that saves the company? Or is it just the last ticket sold on the Titanic? Will OpenAI become the most valuable company in history by selling you the future? Or are we about to witness the biggest financial crash since the dot-com bubble? The answer depends on one thing, whether you believe the dream or the debt. So is OpenAI the future of intelligence, or the world's most expensive illusion? From a nonprofit charity to a company killing off projects like Sora just to look profitable for a 2026 IPO, the mask is officially off. Sam Altman isn't just building AI, he's building a financial engine that has to run faster than its own debt. Whether they fly or crash, the glitch is that we are all now part of this $17 billion experiment. This is what we do here at Ink and Interest. We take the complex world of high finance and break it down into the simple stories that actually matter to your future. If you want to see how these glitches work in the real world, you need to see how a single software error in Japan created a $20 trillion disaster, or how Starbucks secretly became a bank. Both of those stories are waiting for you right here. I'm Karen, and thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to stay ahead of the next glitch.